So what is my thoughts about the Exway MAX Hub? Is it good for you, even if you are a newbie or an experienced rider and you want something that is super light, that looks like a normal skateboard that can reach 40 kilometers per hour? If you want to know everything about it, stay tuned until the end of the video. Hi everyone, Marcus here from MADpack, and if you love ECs, PVs and everything that have a E of electricity, this is the place for you. And today I'm super happy to finally do the review of the Exway MAX, the Hub version. You can purchase this in Hub version, or you can have also the Riot, so you can have the motors on the outside and you can swap around very easily. As you can see, this skateboard is not anymore with the original tires, because in the UK it's impossible to enjoy an electric skateboard with street tires. Guys, look into this floor. This is definitely not what you want with normal street tires. And if you follow me, even here you can see, if you are with street tires in the UK, you are going to hurt yourself. For that reason, I contact Cloud Wheels and they provide me with these wheels, and also with the discount for you guys that I'll leave in the link in the description below. Let's talk about this one. And I have to say to you guys that since I had my crash with my electric unicycle, I was really concerned to come back to electric skateboards, because I'm not a professional rider and sometimes it can become quite dangerous. Obviously, when we just already start talking about these trucks, I normally prefer double kingpin, but in the same way, I hate double kingpin. So here is another place that the floor is simply garbage, and even that we was able to ride at more than 30 kilometers per hour. This board is so stable, and I never thought that I would like so much to have some not double kingpin tracks, because I always feel that if it's not a double kingpin, it's not funny enough. And when you are riding with this one, it's so funny to ride with this board, man. It's incredible. Why? Because last time that I used a double kingpin, I had a crash and it was not nice. I hurt a bit myself, but I was okay. Even that after the video that day, we was testing out the Onstra Black Curve, one of the first electric skateboards from Onstra. That is an amazing skateboard, but I have to say that for my type of experience, maybe it's a bit too much, and it's very fast. And obviously in that day was raining, also not the best idea to try to ride an electric skateboard. This one, I decided to change it, and as you can see on the footage, I was riding first with the street tires just to have an idea what is the feeling, and it's definitely not for me. So when you are using the original tires, you feel your feet really numb after just a bit. And since I put these tires from Cloud Wheels and you have the full kits just to assemble everything, it was quite easy to do. Be careful with the screws. If you tighten too much, they will break. It happens to me to one of the sides when I was just putting one of the covers of the motors. Have that in mind. And also I could see the build quality of these motors. They are very good. You can see a massive bearing inside when you take these covers, so definitely a plus. But like I said, don't tighten too much these screws, otherwise you are going to damage. And when you are doing it, you have to align these tires with a massive screw that comes inside the box. So have that in mind also when you are putting, because it's very easy to assemble, but you need to do that, otherwise it's hard for you to try to put everything in place. But since I put these tires, it was night and day, and I just brought to life this electric skateboard. When we talk about the deck, I found that this deck, it felt a little bit too long for me in the beginning. So yeah, we just stopped here, and I have to say it's not the best day, as you can see, but man, I'm in love with the Exway Hub Max. It's an amazing board. When we talk about the deck, it feels sometimes a bit narrow, but the shape of it, as you can see, is really concave, and you have a lot of control of what you are doing. The grip tape is good. I never felt that I was losing the grip with it, so definitely a great board. And even for me, sometimes I feel that the board is slightly too long, so if you are a tall guy, I believe that you are going to have a lot of comfort using this one. But after I start feeling more and more confident, I start feeling that I can enjoy more and I feel much more in control, because obviously my legs, they can be more apart from each other. The deck, maybe if you have a big foot, it's going to feel that it's a little bit narrow, so just have that in mind. My feet are quite small, so I use a 39 that I think is a size 6 in the UK. It's okay for me and I feel in control, and I really like the shape of it. I have the right amount of curvature on the front of my feet and on the back of my feet, so it's very easy for me to know where I finish the deck and where it started, and to find my place. But in the beginning, it was a little bit harder for me to just adjust my feet in the right position to feel in full control of this electric skateboard. Like I said to you guys, I normally prefer double kingpin because I love to curve. I'm not a fast rider when I'm on the electric skateboards, but anyway, I managed to reach 30 kilometers per hour on this one, and like I said, always felt in control. And you can ride with this one in very bad situations. So if you was not convinced about the cloud wheels, you can see that in the environment where we are, it's really impossible for you to ride your electric skateboard without changing the tires. And these tires, they manage to go even on this floor. And for me, one of the reasons why I don't use so much electric skateboards is because of safety reasons. And when you put these tires, man, it's simply amazing, and the world becomes even bigger for you to just ride and enjoy your electric skateboard. It's important to say that you are not very far from the floor, but also not close enough to damage your deck. And that happens many times with some skateboards, like for example with the Balmora M3, the skateboards and the cover of your battery was really close to the floor, so it was very easy to damage. And also this coating that they have makes it look always like new. And another thing is the durability of this. This you will not scratch. This material is really good and it's impossible that you scratch. Okay, so definitely a plus, and something that I have OCD, so I like that things will look new the maximum time as possible. Another thing when we talk about the grip tape is good enough. I never felt that my feet, they was coming off of this board. And also I try to ride a bit on the grass. It's definitely not an option. Nah.
No.
It's too wet.
Not liking it.
No. And obviously the grass was a little bit wet, so it was just going around and it was going anywhere. You have the potential to go, but it's definitely not made for that. But if you have great roads like this one, man, even if you have the street tires, is okay. And with these ones, you don't have any issues. You have plenty of grip and they are so comfortable. And when you do that, it's almost like if the bushings, they was getting loose, because if it was easy already to curve, it gets even more crazy to curve with this beast. We've been riding for basically 30 kilometers per hour, 31, 32 kilometers per hour, more or less, with the Exway. And in here, obviously, I feel more confident because I know that the tarmac is quite good. So definitely, if you have this type of conditions, you don't need to change the tires, because also when you change the tires, what is going to happen is you are going to have less range. So if you have bigger tires, remember, less range, and also the skateboard gets a little bit weaker. So have that in mind. And when we talk about this grip tape, you have also some cushioning on the bottom of this grip tape that will give you a bit of comfort, but not enough. For that, like I said, you definitely need to swap your tires for a cloud wheel tires. And another thing also that I really like is the fact that you have bumpers on the front and on the back of your deck. So also, if you hit with the skateboard somewhere, you are not going to damage your deck. Also, a thing that I really feel that is, it seems silly, but is really important. It's very easy for you to understand which part is the front of your deck. So first of all, this part on the front is a little bit more round, on the back is a little bit more square. Also an advantage when you try to put this up, it's much easier to just stand and just putting against the wall. So definitely a plus. But it's impossible for you to damage the front of your deck or the back, because many times when you are with the remote, it can happen that you just press by mistake and you accelerate and you hit with your skateboard somewhere. This is something that I don't like about this remote. It's quite comfortable and it's very easy to accelerate and brake. I never had issues to reach my controls. And another thing also that I really like about this hobby wing, if you press one time, it just changed the motor. But if you are above 4 kilometers per hour, 3 kilometers per hour, it doesn't change the gear. So definitely a plus. On previous generations of hobby wings, I used to press one time and it was changing. I normally always ride in the maximum gear, so gear 4, and it will pass me straight away for gear 1 that goes 10 kilometers per hour. So definitely not a sensation that will have and will happen with the Exway. Another thing that I have to say, that it looks super premium, and you can feel that you are not buying something that is just starting and giving the first steps, is when you grab your phone and you go on the app. It really connects really fast. It's very easy to connect. And another thing also that I really like about this electric skateboard is that you just have to turn on your remote. You don't need to go on the bottom and turn it on. You can do it, but if you just push your skateboard, you'll start to accelerate after a couple of seconds. So definitely a plus. And another thing that I was just saying that I almost forgot to say is it's very easy to understand which one is the front part also through the grip tape. As you can see, you have an arrow on the top and on the front, just pointing where is the front of your electric skateboard. And you have plenty of modes inside your remote. By the way, when you purchase this one, you need to go on your app to unlock your electric skateboard. Otherwise, you are always in gear 1 and gear 2. Just going to your phone, installing the app, you are able to unlock the gear 3 and gear 4. To be honest, I don't have really explored too much the app and all the possibilities that you can configure this one, because you can configure a lot of stuff on this electric skateboard. And like I said, also the possibility to change between a hub motor to a Riot option. So if you want more power, you can change it for different motors. It's simply amazing. And when we talk about battery, if you think about the size of this electric skateboard, how thin it looks, and also if you have problems with the police, it's definitely not a problem, because the look is super silent. Obviously, having a hub motor is more silent than other options that you have on the market. If you go obviously to belt motors, it's much more noisy than this. Definitely you will be here from few meters away from you, but also you have less maintenance if you go to a hub motor. The big disadvantage obviously to be a hub motor is you have less power. So if you want more power, definitely you need to swap for a Riot, but you can buy also the Riot option straight away out of the box. When we talk about the tracks, I have already talked a bit, but I want to reinforce this because I never had this experience with any tracks that are not double kingpin. And I thought, I'm not going to like so much to curve on this one, but the way they've done it, man, this is premium. It doesn't feel like it's a Chinese brand. You can see that Exway is doing this for a long period of time. This is not a first board, and definitely if you are just a newbie and you want to buy a good electric skateboard, definitely buy this one. So when we talk about the battery in here, no sag, you are not going to have any sag on this one. When we talk about sag, I'm talking about riding with it and after feeling that you are accelerating and suddenly you lose a bit of the power and it comes back. So we are just stopping in here just to talk a little bit more about the battery and how it's been until today. And I don't know how many miles we've done, but basically in the end we'll talk how many miles you normally can take out of this, or the kilometers. And now we have here the note saying that you reach the last 15% of battery. Until now, no sag. When I talk about sag, is that sensation that we just talked previously, and it's been amazing. I don't feel that. Also, I'm losing power. In many skateboards you start feeling that you can't reach the same top speeds, and until now I didn't felt anything. I'm just enjoying to ride around 30 kilometers per hour. So that doesn't happen, and it happens with many Chinese boards, okay? So I felt that with other brands like Team G, the H9 was simply horrible skateboard. I even never made the full review because the sag was incredible, and just going up the hill you was going to lose the power. And in here also, when we go up the hill up to your 15% of battery, you don't have any issues, and even when you reach the 15%, you continue to go and go and go and go. He feels that he doesn't want to stop. So like we talked previously, the remote is saying 15%. By the way, one thing that I don't like so much is it doesn't allow me, when you reach this point, to show you how fast you are going. So 15% is always saying that you are basically finishing your battery. So have that in mind, something that I don't like so much about the remote, but I don't really care because you should be also focusing in what you are doing. But here, many of my skateboards, they died. So when I try to bring them here, when the battery is so low, you just kill the rest because it's slightly steep. It's not very, very steep, but other skateboards they normally die here. Anyway, today when we was riding with my good friend River, and I have to say thank you so much for all the footage that you've done for me. We was having fun for a long period of time, yeah bro, and it was already 16.3 kilometers that we've done, or 16.7, yeah. That is basically 11.3 miles on, at least on his watch. Correct, bro? But the truth is, since I had my accident in November 2020 with skateboards, I basically almost stopped to ride. And suddenly, the weather is better, even if it doesn't look like. And I just want to ride more and more electric skateboards because it's reminding me why I enjoy it so much. Because I like just to curve, I like just to feel the moment. And because you have to be thinking what you are doing and all the potholes and all those stuff, you feel that you disconnect more from the world, and that's the reason why I like it. And I really felt that I was always in control in here. Even when sometimes I was just pressing too hard the brakes or something, it was never taking me out of the electric skateboard. So when we talk about acceleration and braking, I have to say to you guys that is simply amazing. Here you have hobby wings, and it's so easy to just start to accelerate and to start to brake. Everything is very smooth, believe me. And I feel confident to go above 30 kilometers per hour. I'm not a very fast rider, obviously, because I'm not also so used to electric skateboards anymore. So definitely have that in mind when you want to purchase. And that is one of the reasons that I can recommend this even for you if you are a newbie and you are searching for your first electric skateboard. This is so comfortable and so easy to use. And if you are a newbie, definitely go away from double kingpin, and this gives you the sensation of a double kingpin but without the wobbles. I feel very confident. And obviously if you put these tires, you definitely need to put these tires to have the sensation that I'm talking about. I can't reinforce much more how important it is to have better tires. I do that with electric unicycles, I do also with electric skateboards. And definitely if you want to purchase these ones, they are 5% off, I believe. I think it's that the discount that you have, but definitely check on the link in the description below. In this moment, the Exway MAX really conquered my heart for that reason, because safety for me is really important. If you've been seeing all these videos, you saw me riding with a full face helmet for motorcycling, and you can think it's too much, but it's never too much to protect your body and to protect yourself. If you have better roads than in the UK, you may not need to change for the cloud wheels. But I have to say that if I didn't change to the cloud wheels, my opinion about this skateboard was not going to be the same. This skateboard with these wheels, it completely opened the world for you. You can go in roads that you never thought to be able to ride an electric skateboard that is basically made for streets, for good conditions. So we just managed to kill the Exway Hub Max or Max Hub, and I have to say, such an enjoyable experience once again. So the first time I've done 17.4 kilometers, and now we've done, and I was riding faster, and also the temperature is worse today, so just have that in mind. Also we've done 7 miles, 16.7 kilometers, and in miles on your watch was saying
11.3.
so 11.3 miles through another app outside, obviously, of the Exway app. Have that in mind. If you want to make it a little bit more versatile, this is a great option. Do I recommend this skateboard? I have to say to you guys that yes, for the price, for the quality, for the years of experience that Exway can bring you, for using hobby wings that also they are on the market for a long period of time, and all the experience accelerating and braking, it feels that is natural. And if it doesn't feel so much that you are with the remote, it almost becomes part of your body. I have to say that yes, this is one of the best experiences that I had since I review electric skateboards. If you have any questions, leave in the comments below. My name is Marco, this is MADpack. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment below, smash the thumbs up, do whatever you want, but always with a smile on your face. And I hope to see you in the next one.